Good morning. This is Black Crow Walking, and with a study of A Course of Love by Mari Perrin. We are in chapter 1 finally, and today we are reading verse 7. And to just recap on yesterday's lesson, we were challenged, I guess, in a way, to leave behind hurrying and worrying in order to reach the heart, in order to create this new world that each of us are creating in our own space. It's so less stressful. No anxiety when you don't have to hurry, when you don't have to march to the illusion of time, when you don't have to worry about anything. Time is an illusion. Time is an illusion. You can stop and hang out the washing if you need to. Let time be time. And decide if you want to march to it. It is as if you have carried your heavy luggage with you everywhere just in case you might need something. Now you are beginning to trust that you will not need these things you have carried. No heavy coat, for you trust the sun will shine, that warmth will surround you. You are an immigrant coming to a new world with all your possessions in hand, but as you glimpse what was once a distant shore and now is near, you realize none of what you formerly possessed and called your treasures are needed. How silly to feel to have carted them from one place to the next. What a waste of time and energy to have slowed down by such a heavy burden. What a relief to realize that you need carry it no more. How you wish you would have believed they were not needed when you began. How happy you are to leave them behind. I've travelled to Queensland twice this month, a warmer climate, and yet I took my winter clothes, and my bags were so heavy I had to get a trolley at the airport just to carry my bags. I didn't wear most of what I took, and I learnt that I needed wheels. So the next time I went, I took less clothing, and I got a bag with wheels. And do you know that I only used 1/4 of the clothes that I took? And yes, I had a very heavy coat. So I know exactly what this is talking about. I didn't need all that stuff. If I went again tomorrow, I would only take 1/4 and probably wouldn't even need a big heavy bag or a big heavy coat. So, what are we carrying around from the past that we don't need, that we never use? I have a lounge room full of bookcases with books that I haven't read, and I haven't read them for 30 years, and yet one day I might read them. It's crazy stuff. And that's what we do with our programming and patterning. Our past experiences all lumped into a great big track and labelled pain, stress, anxiety. And we regularly back it up, root around in there, see if there's anything we need to add to our stress, to add to our hurry, our worry. Time to give it up. Time to create this new world, this new experience of our own creation. Verse 8. You do not realize as yet how heavy was your burden. Had you literally carried a heavy and useless trunk from one world to another when you had been told by someone wiser that it would not be needed, that's me, you would, upon realizing the truth, ask yourself what else you have been told and disregarded. You might try one more thing, and then another that you previously would have tried when you were so convinced that you were right and that the other wrong. Yeah. And as each new step is tried and found to work, your confidence and wisdom of this teacher would continue to grow. You might consider that you could still learn from your mistakes and find the learning in the end to be the same. And this you surely might do from time to time. But eventually you would realize that it would be quicker and easier to learn without mistakes. And eventually you would realize also that the wisdom of your teacher had become your own. Makes me wonder why we even seek teachers on the outside of us. The best teachers are your internal guidance system. And the best teachers are the ones that point you inside yourself to find what you think and what you feel. And when you hear what you think, mostly it's crap. Because our mind is invested, remember? Our mind is invested in separation and pain and struggle. It's been programmed that way. So coming deeply, deeply into your feelings, deeply into your heart space and sitting with your internal knowing and letting it arise in you. And letting go of all that baggage that's holding you back from being the divine creator that you are, from being the loving being that you are. Letting go of the past luggage of our parents that we carried, of how you should do things, how it should be in the earth, of the teachers that you had at school, of the way expectations were put on you in relationship. Let it all go. It's not serving you. It's burdening you. It's a heavy burden. And you don't need wheels to carry it. You just need to lighten your load. So what's not working for you in your life? Have a look. Look around. Are you burdened by things that you don't use? Have you got things there that maybe one day you'll use? Maybe. Attitudes that maybe one day you'll use. Attitudes that pop up out of nowhere and you don't know why you even said it or where it came from. And it's come from being triggered. It's come from past. It's come from moments of hurt and pain, which are no longer needed, not even with wheels. Let it go. And see it as nothing. That's what we're being taught. Nothing matters. See it as nothing. I think we'll go one more verse today. The urge to test another's wisdom is the urge to find your way and have it a better way. It is the urge not to trust the teacher in all things, but only in certain things. It is a desire to find your way on your own, so that you can take pride in your accomplishment, as if by following another's map the sense of accomplishment in your arrival would be diminished. This wanting to do things on your own is a trick of the ego. Your pride, a gift the ego demands. These are the magic thoughts that oppose miracle-mindedness. Oh, I love that word, miracle-mindedness. These are the thoughts that say, on my own, I am everything, rather than, on my own, I am nothing. A true leader follows until she is ready to lead. She does not strike out on her own at the beginning before she knows the way. There is no shame in learning, no shame in following the course another has put forth. Each true course changes in application. 50 students may sit in a classroom being taught the same lesson, and not one will learn in exactly the same way as another. This is true with the teaching and learning of information, and true with the teaching and learning of the truth as well. The only way that you can fail to learn the truth is to demand to learn it on your own. For on your own it is impossible to learn. I'm wondering, why is that? I have been on my own for a long time now. I enjoy it. But I think what it's saying is that we are never alone. We're actually never alone. We have a huge team, a guidance team with us. And the same energy that is inside me is in you. Because if you take your body off, and here we go again, then you will not be able to define yourself. You are formless. And where my formlessness is, and your formlessness is, and the table's formlessness, and the bed's formlessness, where all the energy's formlessness is, there are no borders or boundaries. There are no I end here and you start there. We are all one energy. And that energy is experiencing life in form, in all forms. So we are not alone. It's just an illusion. My aloneness is an illusion. Even though I pay rent and I live in this house by myself, I am not alone. The energies of the neighbours are here. The energies of everything is here. And people come and go in my life, and they experience the love. And that love stays in my heart, and it is always there. Love is not alone. Love is inclusive. Fear wants you to believe through your egoic mind that you are separate and alone. It isn't true. So coming back to knowing that you are everything and everyone, and never alone. It is impossible to learn on your own. Resign as your own teacher. Sorry, I have to keep going. Accept me as your teacher, and accept that I will teach you the truth. Me being love. Not me physically. Accept me, not even the person writing this book. Me is love. Accept love as your teacher. And love will teach you the truth. Find no shame in this. You cannot learn what love would teach you without love. Her words are, you cannot learn what I would teach you without me. And me is love. And you is love. So feeling into the heart and letting love teach you. You've tried in countless ways and can try still again. But you will not succeed, not because you are not smart enough, not because you will not try hard enough, but because it is impossible. It is impossible to learn anything on your own. Your determination to do so only blocks your learning. It is only through union with love, or with me, she says, that you learn, because it is only in union with me that you are yourself. So who is this me? Who is this me she's talking about? This is a channeled book by Jesus. And Jesus is love. Jesus is a representative of the Son of God, and God is love. We are all love. Jesus is a metaphor for love. God is a metaphor for love. You are a metaphor for love. It is all love. No matter what word you put in there, love will always be the result. Love will always be the word. It is impossible to learn anything on your own. Your determination to do so only blocks your learning. It is only through union with me that you learn, because it is only in union with me that you are yourself. All your effort is based on disbelief of this truth, and your attempts to prove that this truth is not truth. All that this effort brings you is frustration. All your seeming success from this effort brings you is pride to offer to your ego. On a platter. You can offer your pride on a platter. This gift your ego demands is not worth the price you pay. The price is the gift of everything. So, what happens to you? What happens to me when I cut myself off, when I put up walls, when I say I can do it myself? What happens? I shut down. I lock myself away. I isolate and feel alone in the crowd. And my energy stops flowing. And I create pain. And I create the illusion of loneliness. And I say illusion because we are all one energy. That's who we are. That's what we are. And this delicious, formless energy of love is wanting to reach out to you and enfold you in the union of everything, in the belonging of everything. Come back to the collective consciousness of you and let go of the egoic mind that wants you to isolate, to learn on your own, and to be prideful, full of pride, in order to pump the human ego up. Let's stop that today and include everything and everyone in our very essence of love. So wherever you look today, wherever you find yourself, see love in all its forms as a part of you, in the oneness of life and in the oneness of everything. May you be blessed and have an awesome day. And may the truth of your essential being be love. Bye for now.